य- यस्या भवद्भक्तजनार्तिहन्तुः विरुद्धमन्येषु चार्यतोऽर्णम् स्तम्भेऽवतारस्त्वमनन्यलभ्यं लक्ष्मी नृसिंहं शरणं प्रपद्ये। श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदे। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। अधराहितचारुवंशनालाः मकुटालम्बिमयूरपिञ्छमालाः हरिनीलशिलाविभङ्गलीलाः प्रतिभासन्तु मम अन्तिमप्रयाणे। कृष्ण त्वदीयपदपङ्कजपञ्जरान्तम् अद्यैव मे विशतु मानसराजहंसः प्राणप्रयाणसमये कफवातपित्तैः कण्ठावरोधनविधौ स्मरणं कुतस्ते। हे गोपालक हे कृपाजलनिधे हे सिन्धुकन्यापते हे कंसान्तक हे गजेन्द्रकरुण पारीण हे माधव हे रामानुज हे जगत्त्रयगुरो हे पुण्डरीकाक्षमां हे गोपीजननाथ पालय परं जानामि न त्वां विना परं जानामि न त्वां विना. So here in this last verse from this verse is there in Mukundamala. This verse is also there in Sri Krishna Karnamrutam. So it says the most important aspect being Param Janami Natvam Vina. Param Janami Natvam Vina. Tvam Vina, other than you, Na Janami Param. That's how, if you keep the shloka in the prose order. The same concept now is explained in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. In Bhakti Yoga, even for children, generally parents, everybody will teach this chapter, 12th one, Bhakti Yoga, or some people start with the 15th chapter, Purushottama Yoga. Now, in Bhakti Yoga, the same question is raised by Arjuna. We always have two schools of thought. Some people prefer Jnana Yoga is better. Some people prefer Karma Yoga is better. Some people prefer Bhakti Yoga. Some people Sharanagati. Bhagavan has given the four choices. But between the path of Jnanam and between the path of devotional service, which is preferred? So instead of ourselves having an argument about it, better go to Krishna and find out what he wants. Again, this chapter is interpreted by the followers of Shankaracharya in a different way. This chapter is interpreted by the followers of Ramanuja in a different way. This chapter is again interpreted in a different way by other groups like Madhvas, Hare Krishnas, Chaitanya, Chinmayananda groups like that. So what you are going to hear today is the Ramanujacharya's way of understanding how bhakti is preferred over jnana. So Arjuna uvacha evam satadhyukta ye bhaktastvam paryupasate ye cha chikshamavhyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamah. Arjuna is asking a very specific question. Krishna, there are two groups of devotees. Those people, the first group, always trying to be united with you. United with you means Bhagavan Sri Krishna and meditate on you. And the other group who meditate on the imperishable Akshara. Sometimes it is also called the individual self and the unmanifest. This question actually refers to the Saguna Brahmopasana and the Nirguna Brahmopasana. Whether Bhagavan has a physical form as a Shantakaram, Bhujagashainam, Padmanabham, Suresham, Shankha Chakra Gadadi Bhushanas, Ayudhas, with the Vanamala and Vaijayanti in his neck, with the Kaustubham and Srivatsam on his chest, with the Makara Kundala Keyura, Divya Bharanas, the Saguna Brahmopasana, and the Nirguna Brahmopasana and the imperishable Akshara, and the Atma Tattvam. Satata Yuktaye Bhaktastam Paryupasate. Satata Yuktaye, that Bhakti Yoga should be non-stop. The second one, Aksharam Avyaktam. Question from Arjuna. Tesham ke yoga vittamaha. Krishna, in these two, which of these two groups of devotees have a good knowledge of yoga to attain their goal? Indirectly, the question we are all afraid to ask, Arjuna is asking. As you know, Bhagavan Sri Krishna made Arjuna the calf, and all the Upanishads are made into a cow. Milkman is Krishna, and the actual milk that is milk, the essence of all the Upanishads. So Arjuna should always be asking for helping all of us. Immediately, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is replying. Look at the beauty of Bhagavad Gita. If you go to Valmiki Ramayana, Valmiki said this, Valmiki said this, Vyasa said this, Vyasa said this in Mahabharata, Bhagavatam. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan himself said this. So this is Bhagavan Vacha every time. Remember, Bhagavan means you should be able to at least give a reply at the end of the listening to Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan means one who is a short gunya paripurna, one who is having all the 6 qualities in 100% abundance. That is called Bhagavan. Shat guna paripurnatvam. 6 qualities. Jnana, Bala, Aishwarya, Virya, Shakti, Teja. That is Bhagavat Shabdam. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. To put it in simple way, Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. You went to the bank, you asked the teller, you gave your account number, you asked how much is the balance in my account. The teller said, $4,251. You are happy, $4,251. You wrote a check for complete amount, $4,251. And you got the cash. Balance is 0. Everyone who is a Jivatma, including any of the Devatas, 4,000 minus 4,000 equal to 0 for all of us. Bhagavan means 4,000 is there, writes a check for 4,000, withdraws 4,000. Balance is not 0. Balance is again 4,000. That is Paramatma. Purnasya, from the whole, Purnamadaya, even if the whole is coming out, Purnameva avasishyate, the entire thing must still be there. Sriman Narayana, in spite of manifesting as millions of jivatmas as his amshas, Mamaiva amsho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatanaha, Ishvara sarvabhutanam hridesha arjuna tishtati. He is still Paramatma. He is like an ocean. You go and add, say, one bucket of water into the ocean. You don't call it, this is a new ocean, because this is half an hour before ocean plus one bucket of water from me. So it is a new ocean. No, it is still an ocean. Whether you add your one bucket of water or not. Okay, somebody put a pump set into the ocean and started pumping out 1,000 gallons of water. You cannot say this is a new ocean, because whatever ocean that was there 1 hour back minus 1,000 gallons is this new ocean. You cannot say that. It is still an ocean. Whether a bucket of water is added to that or a million gallons of water is taken out of it, it is still an ocean. That is Paramatma, that is Bhagavan. Now Krishna clarifies here very clearly. Maya Veshamano Yema Nichayukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parayopeta Teme Yukta Tamamataha. Bhagavan Krishna started. Arjuna, those who are there craving to unite with me forever and worship me with firm faith, that's the most important. Nitya Yukta Upasate. Yukta in the most appropriate way. And Shraddhaya. At one point, Bhagavan Krishna says, Shraddha, your faith. Yovai Shraddha Sayeva Saha. You are that kind of a person, what your faith is. And your mind should be focused on Krishna and Krishna only, exclusively on him. That devotee is considered to be the best among all yogis. Yogi is one who is striving hard to attain that Sri Vaikuntha Prapti. Now Krishna is going to the people who are doing the Nirguna Parabrahma Upasana, unmanifested Upasana, are focusing on the self. Yetu Aksharam Anirdeshyam Avyaktam Paryupasate Sarvatragam Achintyam Cha Kutastam Achalam Dhruvam. But there is another group of people who meditate on the imperishable self. The Atma has no depth at all. It is imperishable. It is indefinable. That means we cannot comprehend the Atma with our material senses. It is like, trying to understand a nuclear weapon with practically no advanced knowledge of any kind of physics or chemistry. As much difficult it is. So our material senses in spiritual world, let's take the current, coronavirus situation. You are not an expert in either biology or microbiology or infectious disease, etc. But if you are trying to understand how the coronavirus looks like, how it works, etc., it becomes what is the new strain, etc. It becomes very, very complicated. And even if you discuss about it for hours and hours, because we don't have the fundamental knowledge of biology, microbiology, infectious and virus, etc., we will not be able to understand. We will be only not even on the periphery. Same thing here. Those people who meditate on the imperishable self, because our material senses are not at all capable of understanding, and it is not manifested. But that Jivatma is omnipresent everywhere in every entity, unthinkable. Not even gods, not even human beings can comprehend. It is the common to everyone, myself, yourself, every one of us. Oh, what about Devi Devatas? Yes, including Brahma, Rudra, everyone. What about the animals? Yes, including the animals. What about the plants? Including all of them. The self is the same in all the bodies, whether they are there in the body of a god or a human being or an animal or a plant. Kutastham achalam dhruvam. He is there. That Jivatma is in everyone. You cannot separate. It is eternal. Krishna says such devotees attain him by realizing their true self. How do each one practice? Sanniyamyendriya gramam sarvatra buddhaya te prapnuvanti mameva sarvabhuta hite rataha. Sarvabhuta hite rataha. So the people who follow the Nirguna Upasana, first thing you have to have sense control. We have to do our sense control. Indriya Nigraham. Indriya Nigraham. Then comes even minded. You cannot say somebody is your friend and somebody is your enemy. Towards everyone, sentient and non sentient. And the people should work for the well being of all the beings. Sarvatragam achintyancha sarvatra samabuddhayaha. They will also go to Bhagavan Krishna. The most important thing, Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. If you have to attain salvation, all your karma phalam should come to zero. And once you attain salvation, you will not come back because there is no karma phalam that you have to go through. And if you are a liberated soul, you will enjoy eternal bliss. Enjoying that Parabrahma is called Brahmanubhavam, Brahmanandam. And once you attain that status of a liberated soul in Sri Vaikuntham, you are called a Mukta. And you will join the group of other liberated souls called already delivered ones, already liberated ones. And there are eternally liberated ones called Nitya Shuris. Ananta, Garuda, Vishwaksena, the Divya Ayudhas in their personal form, Sudarshana, Panchajanya, Kaumodaki, Nandaki, Sharanga, the Parshadas of Bhagavan, Chanda, Prachanda, Nanda, Sunanda, Jaya, Vijaya, etc. That enjoyment to serve the divine couple eternally in Sri Vaikuntham is very different one. Now Krishna is giving a little bit of a comparison between the Saguna Upasana and the Nirguna Upasana. Worshipping the personal form of Sriman Narayana compared to the meditation on the Nirguna Upasana, unmanifested form of the Atma. So Krishna says, Klesho dikataras tesham avyakta sakta chetasam avyakta hi gatir dukkham dehavadvihi avapyate. Krishna is now drawing a line between Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Nirgunopasana and Sadgunopasana.
I know.
Like it's not like it's open. Because like the foyer, like the mudroom is like not connected.
Amma, Beena, can you mute your phone, Amma? Thank you, Amma. So Krishna is saying, it is very difficult. It is very difficult for all of us because our minds, if Krishna, పైన చూడు ప్రసాదం ఎంత ఉందో ఏంటో ఒకసారి చూసుకుని. So our minds are there completely. If they are stuck on the unmanifested form, Nirgunopasana. Nirgunopasana. Krishna says, it is very difficult. If our minds are there, attached to the Nirgunopasana, something like no form, something like a Jyoti, Avyakta Asakta Chetasam, because the nature of which is not at all grasped by our senses. It is difficult. Worship of the unmanifest is very difficult, Krishna says, and will end up in misery because attaining realization is not that easy. Because while focusing on attaining realization, we are missing another point, how to wipe out the karma. Because we are all the embodied beings, we misidentify the soul with the perishable body. Say, when this lady Mala is there, when she says, I am Mala, I am Mala, what does it mean by I am Mala? What this lady speaks as I am Mala, is she the body Mala? If she is the body Mala, say if Mala is 30 years old, 31 years before, nobody knows what Mala was because she was not manifested. Okay, Mala may live for 98 years. She is 31 now. She will live for another 57 years. After 57 years, who is Mala? Nobody knows. What happened to Mala? Nobody knows. But the Atma of that lady Mala was there 31 years before, will be there after 58 years, is eternal. But we are identifying the imperishable Jivatma with the perishable body made up of the 5 elements. That is the biggest problem. Jnana Yoga, it is the path of the Nirguna Brahma Upasana. As Krishna says, very complicated. Compared to the Bhakti Yoga, which is a Saguna Upasana, Saguna Brahma Upasana, personal form, either as Bhagavan's Vibhava avatars like Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, Lord Nrsimhadeva, Lord Sriman Narayana, Sagunopasana. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says the Nirguna Upasana will end up in grief, in difficulty, in misery. Akshara is applicable to the both individual self and the super self. That's why I said this chapter is interpreted by different Advaitis in a way, Visishtadvaitis in a way, Dvaitis in a different way. So this Akshara is applicable to the Jivatma as well as the Paramatma. And of course, the soul can accept 4 different kinds of bodies depending on the karma. Sura, Nara, Tiriyak, Sthavara. As Devi Devatas, as human beings, as animals, including birds and reptiles, and as plants and trees. Therefore, the line is drawn between what is called self-realization. Self-realization compared to the Bhagavan realization. One is called self-realization, another is called Bhagavan realization. Atmanubhavam, Paramatmanubhavam. That Atmanubhavam may lead to Kaivalyam. Of course, they also will not have another birth again. Second one is called Paramatmanubhavam. One is called Atmanubhavam, self-realization. Another is called Paramatmanubhavam, realizing the Supreme Lord. This is called Bhagavat Anubhavam. Now, those who are there sticking to the imperishable, unmanifest Nirgunopasana, they will also be released from the samsara. They will also attain Kaivalyam. This is there mentioned, as you know, Bhagavad Gita is Upanishtarabhisham. So, Mundaka Upanishad says in the 3rd chapter, Yada Pashyah Pashyate Rukma Varnam Kartaram Isham Purusham Brahman Yonim Tada Vidvan Punya Pape Vidhuya Niranjanaha Paramam Samyam Upaiti. But as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, verse 16, Kshara, all the beings, Kshara, perishable Kshara, and also the imperishable Akshara, the Kutastha, the Atma inside. Whereas Sriman Narayana is way above, is superior to the perishable Kshara, the bodies, the imperishable Akshara, the Atmas. Dvavimau Purushau Loke Ksharascha Kshara Evacha Ksharasharvani Bhutani Kutasto Akshara Uchyate Uttamah Purushastvanyah Paramatme Chudahutaha Yo Lokatraiva Bhivarchavyai Ishvaraha Yasmaksharamati Aksharadapi Chottamaha Atosmi Loke Vedecha Pradita Purushottamaha. Compared to the perishable Prakriti making up to the bodies, also compared to the imperishable Jivatma, this Paramatma, this Bhagavan is way, way superior, Supreme Lord, the Master. That is why he is called Purushottama. So, Purushottama Prapti is different from Atma Anubhavam. Atma Sakshatkaram is different from Paramatma Sakshatkaram. Now, similarly, the Vedic texts also describe a superior science by which Bhagavan can be realized through what is called Akshara Vidya in the Mundaka Upanishad. Tatra Pararugvedo Yajurvedaha Samavedo Adharvavedaha Siksha Kalpo Vyakaranam Niruktam Chando Jyotishamiti Adha Para Yaya Yat Aksharam Adhigamyate. As we go further, we will see what exactly is this Bhakti Yoga. If you want to attain that Supreme Lord and enjoy Bhagavat Anubhavam, Brahmanubhavam, then Krishna is going for Sagunopasana, not Nirgunopasana. Ye tu sarvani karmani mai sanyasya matparaha ananyenaiva yogena mam dhyayanta upasate. Unlike the other people who are looking for self-realization, the other group which is going for Bhagavat Anubhavam, they will dedicate all their actions to Bhagavan only. And they hold Bhagavan Sri Krishna as the supreme goal. And they completely depend on Bhagavan Krishna only. Ananyenaiva yogena, that is the most important thing. Ananya bhakti. If you have Anya Samparkam, best example for us is Draupadi. As long as Draupadi was thinking, I have other people to protect me during that Vastrapaharanam, I can go to Dhritarashtra and get protection. I can go to Bhishma and get protection. I can go to Dronacharya and get protection. I can go to my husband Bhima or Arjuna and get protection. Krishna will not even come into picture, and he did not. Only when Draupadi raised her hands and said, Anyadha Sharanam Nasti, Tvam Eva Sharanam Mama, Shanka Chakra Gadapani, Dwaraka Nilayachyuta, Govinda Pundarikaksha, Rakshamam Sharanagatam. Only when that Ananya Bhakti is there, then only Krishna will come into picture. You want to go to Dhritarashtra? Go. I'm not going to stop you, but I'm not going to come and help you. Dhritarashtra could not help Draupadi. Okay, go to the next best, Bhishma. Krishna did not stop her. Krishna did not come and help her. Because she has not come to the conclusion that Sri Krishna alone is the Bhagavan who can help her. No one else can help her. That Ananya Bhakti is not there in the beginning. So when Draupadi wanted to go to Bhishma, Krishna said, go, no problem. When he could not, she went to Dronacharya. When he could not, she went to Bhima. Like this, you keep going, Krishna will not come into picture. But when you say Anyadha Sharanam Nasti, there is no one to protect me. Tvam Eva Sharanam, that Eva Shabdam. Krishna, you are the one and the only one to protect me. That is called Pativrata Bhavam. And they completely depend on him. They worship the Supreme Lord. They meditate on the Supreme Lord. And their devotion is pure loving devotion. Then Krishna himself will become your savior. Whether it is in the case of Prahlada, who completely did and proved the existence of Saguna Brahma as a Narasimhas Deva, Mirabai, Saguna Brahma as Krishna, Annamacharya, Saguna Brahma as Venkateshwara Srinivasa. Krishna says, Tesham aham samudharta mrityu samsara sagarate bhavami nacharat pardha maya veshata chetasam. All such devotees whose minds are completely focused, dedicated exclusively on the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana or his Purna avatars, Nrsimha, Rama, Krishna, Paripurna avatara Krishna. He says, Krishna himself will soon be their savior. To save them from what? To save them from drowning in this samsara sagaram. Tesham aham samudharta mricha samsara sagarate bhavami nacharat pardha maya veshata chetasam. Very soon Krishna will deliver them. You know it very well. Prahlada is protected. Of course, Prahlada has gone through a lot. So what? Every time Gold is the one that has to go through all the melting and melting to get rid of the impurities. Nobody will go keep on melting iron again and again and again and again. When you're aiming for the highest realization, naturally Bhagavan wants to make sure you are qualified for that. You have absolute faith in him. So don't worry about the test that Krishna is subjecting you to go through. Don't ask for a job without even an interview. If you're asking for the highest position, naturally you have to go through a lot of interviews. So Krishna says, very soon I will be their savior. I will get them out of the samsara sagara. They will never drown. Mayi aveshita chetasam. That means that Supreme Self, that Paramatma, is the sole object of their worship. And to that object of worship, Bhagavan Krishna, every action they offer, even the worldly day-to-day activities, they are eating something, Krishna Arpanam. They are drinking something, Krishna Arpanam. They are sleeping, Krishna Arpanam. They are waking up, Krishna Arpanam. They are making money, Krishna Arpanam. They are having children, Krishna Arpanam. That is why in Nyasa Dashakam Mahatma Deshika says, Mam Madiyancha Nikhilam Chetana Achetanatmakam Swakaim Karyopakarnam Varada Swikuru Swayam. Everything is there offered as a kainkaryam to Bhagavan. There is nothing they will hold for themselves. Everything is an offering to Krishna and Krishna and Krishna only. And for such Parama Aikantika Bhagavata Uttamas, Aikantika, exclusive worshippers of Narayana in his incarnations. But these exclusive worshippers have some desires also. Krishna, Krishna, give me some money, Krishna. Give me a house, Krishna. Give me a car, Krishna. Parama Aikantikas, not only exclusive worship of Sriman Narayana and his incarnations, they will never even ask for anything in return. Their only happiness is serving him. And for such Paramaikantika Bhagavatas, Bhagavan Krishna says, I will give myself to them. I will offer myself to them. I will take them to my highest destiny, to my highest world, Vaikuntham, Sri Vaikuntham. Yad gatva nanivartante tadhyama paramam mama. Everywhere they have to come back. Whether they go to Brahmaloka, Indraloka, Rudraloka, Tapoloka, Janaloka, any loka. After the Punya karma is exhausted, you will come back. You may stay there for millions of years. But one day your Punya karma will be over and you will have to come back and take birth again on the planet Earth. Mama pechate kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. Only if you go to Vaikuntham, no punarjanma. And Krishna says, for such exclusive worshippers of me, I will take them to my highest abode, from where they will never return. Mayyeva mana dasva mai buddhim niveshaya nivasishyasi mayyeva atavurdham nasamshaya. So now the practical aspect of how to reach Sri Vaikuntham, how to attain Sri Vaikuntham. Very easy, Krishna says, focus your mind on Bhagavan Krishna. Let all your intellect focus only on Krishna with a firm conviction that Bhagavan Sri Krishna is the supreme goal that your pujas, your bhakti is aimed at, to attain that. Then definitely you will live with him, Lord Krishna. Ata urdhvam na samshayah. Never, never have a doubt. Just as Prahlada, Hiranyakashipu asked, where is your Narayana? Prahlada said, what a silly question. What do you mean by where is Narayana? He is everywhere. You should have asked, is there any place where Narayana is not there? He is Vishnu, he is Sarvavyapi, he is everywhere. Have absolute faith. And let there be no doubt about it. Okay, you cannot focus your mind. Go to plan B. Atha chittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mayi stiram. If you cannot focus your mind on Bhagavan Krishna in deep meditation, then abhyasa yogena tato mamichhaptum dhananjaya. Try to reach Bhagavan Krishna by repetitive practice of chanting his holy name, the divine mantras, the Vyapaka mantras. The three Vyapaka mantras, only three are called Maha mantras. The Sadakshara mantra of Mahavishnu, the 6-letter mantra of Mahavishnu, the 8-letter mantra, Ashtakshara mantra of Narayana, and the 12 letters Dwadashakshara mantra of Vasudeva Tattvam. Only these three are called Vyapaka mantras that can guarantee salvation. The others will lead to bhakti, that will lead to, at some point or other, either in this life or after some lives, definitely moksha. So Krishna says, Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena, by repetitive chanting, you can still reach him. But that repetitive chanting should be, again, with immense love, thinking about his Kalyana Gunas, the Shadgunya Paripurnatvam, or the rest of the Gunas also, like Jnana, Bala, Aishwarya, Virya, Shakti, Teja, Shadgunas. In addition to them, the other Kalyana Gunas also, Saushilyam, Karunyam, Vatsalyam, Saulabhyam, Madhuryam, Gambhiryam, Audaryam, Arjavam, Dhairyam, Stairyam. There is no end for the Kalyana Gunas. Every devotee will be attracted to one Kalyana Guna and enjoy. Okay, even you cannot do that repetitive chanting, fine. Abhyasepi asamardhosi mat karma paramo bhava madardhamapi karmani kurvan siddhim avapyasi. Okay, your mind is not steady. You cannot even do repetitive chanting. If you cannot do the repetitive chanting with love, then devote yourself to his service. If you render loving service to Bhagavan Krishna, that also will lead you to perfection in spiritual life. Now, Krishna says, what is loving service to Bhagavan? You may take up some activities, construct his temples, maintain the flower gardens for Krishna, maintain the Tulasi gardens for Krishna, go and light the lamps, depending on what you can, 1 lamp, 10 lamps, 1,000 lamps, 100 lamps, whatever you can, lighting the lamps in his temples. You don't have money to buy all those lamps and the oil. Fine. You have given, Bhagavan gave you some physical strength. Go to where Bhagavan's pratishtha is done according to the agamas. Sweep the temple floors. Wash the temple floors. Decorate them with some designs. Kolam. Rangolis. You cannot do that. Find a mango tree, get some mango leaves and decorate the doors, walls, everything with mango leaves, make it fresh. You cannot. If somebody brings flowers, sit there, make beautiful garlands and offer to him. You cannot. Make plenty prasadam and distribute to his devotees. Mat karma paramo bhava. You cannot do any of those things. You have no money. You cannot buy the groceries. You cannot cook. You cannot distribute. Good. God has given you two legs. Keep doing pradakshinas around his temples. Keep doing pradakshinas around his temples. Oh my God, I cannot do more than 4 pradakshinas. My legs are aching. Don't do? Good. Stand where you are. Prostrate before the Lord as many times as you can. Uttaya, uttaya, punah, punah, pranamya. You cannot even do pradakshinas. Okay, stand at a place. Fall down on the earth and do Sashtanga Danda Pranamam. Get up. After some time, again do Sashtanga Danda Pranamam. Keep on doing the Sashtanga Danda Pranamam. Why you are doing that? Because the only way to get rid of our karma, as Prahlada says, Akinchana Vaishnavangri Samsthana Rajobhishiktaha. You have to take the dust from the feet of pure Bhagavatas and keep it on your head to get rid of your karma. Bhagavatas might have visited the temple. When they walked in the temple, their dust from their feet might have fallen on the floor. When you do that Sashtanga Pranamam with your forehead touching the ground, the dust from their feet will definitely stick to you and you can get rid of your karma. So keep on doing Sashtanga Pranamas at least. Everything is called service to Krishna. Adhaitadapyasaktosi kartum madyogamashritah sarva karma paratyagam tratakuru yatatmavan. You say, no, my back is hurting. I cannot do more than 2 times. My legs are hurting. I cannot do even 108 pradakshinas. Fine. You cannot do that. You cannot prostrate. You cannot do anything. Adhaitadapyasaktosi kartum madyogamashritah sarva karma paratyagam tratakuru yatatmavan. Can you do one thing? If you cannot do any of the regular services to Bhagavan, do absolute surrender in his yoga with complete self-control, renouncing the fruits of every action. Krishnarpanam, Krishnarpanam, every action Krishnarpanam. That way also you will definitely reach him. Karma Yoga, doing every action for the pleasure of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. That will form the sprout of the self-realization and God realization through bhakti. You want to do bhakti yoga? Very easy. Go to an acharya. There are 32 Brahma Vidyas. Learn one of them from the Upanishads and do upasana on that Brahma Vidya. Renounce the fruits of every action. You chanted some prayer, Krishnarpanam. You cooked something, Krishnarpanam. You want to eat something, Krishnarpanam. You want to drink some water, Krishnarpanam. You are buying a house, Krishnarpanam. You are buying a car, Krishnarpanam. Anything and everything you do, offer it to Krishna. Of course, you make sure that is fit to be offered. Now Krishna is giving the comparison. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat jnanat dhyanam vishishyate jnanat karma paratyagaha tyagat shantiranantaram. Jnana means knowledge. Knowledge about the self. Atma jnanam is better than abhyasa, repeated chanting of the names. Meditation on the physical form of the Lord is better than jnana, better than knowledge of the self. Whereas karma phala tyagam, renouncing all the benefits of all actions you do. Karma phalatyagam is the real karma yoga. That is better than imperfect meditation. And eternal peace is obtained by renouncing the fruits of all actions. This is a very, very important aspect. Renouncing the fruits of all actions. Everyone who doesn't do karma paratyagam, you have to go through the consequences. Natu sannyasi nam kvachet. When you renounce the karma phalam, you are not bound by the karmas. Now, how to do that meditation, bhakti yoga? Bhakti yoga is not just how many times you are chanting a particular mantra or something. Bhakti yoga is upasana on the Brahma Vidyas. How to do that meditation? Not that you go to the temples, you donate some money, they are called punya karmas, not bhakti yoga. Bhakti as a yoga is having 32 vidyas called Brahma Vidyas associated with the bhakti yoga. And we should attain perfection in that bhakti yoga through the upasana of one of them. Don't think you can do even one. Why talk about all 32? Never attempt to do the bhakti yoga or the upasana of the Brahma Vidyas because you can download from the computer, or when I send you this chapter on Bhagavad Gita. I think I made a mistake. I will send hereafter at the end of a chapter that copy to Mala and she can distribute to all of you, whomsoever is there in her list in the email. Now, the first of the third, so you must go to an acharya, get upadesham of one of the 32 Brahma Vidyas, and you should do complete sadhana, upasana, to attain perfection in Bhakti Yoga. The first one is called Sat Vidya. Sat Vidya, that the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana is the universal cause, Sat. And where is this? This is from the Chandogya Upanishad, 6th chapter. I'm just giving you for information's sake, so bear with me. This is how our acharyas have explained to us why Bhakti Yoga is so difficult and we cannot do, and Sharanagati is the best. So the first one is Satvidya in the Chandogya Upanishad. Asadeva Saumyedamagra Asit Ekam Eva Dvitiyam Tadheka Ahuhu Asat Evatam Agra Asit Ekam Eva Dvitiyam Tasmat Asatah Sat Jayata Kutastu Kalu Saumyeva Syat Iti Hovacha Kadham Asatah Sajja Eteti Satveva Saumyet Agra Asit Ekam Eva Dvitiyam. This is how the Veda mantra talks about Satvidya. If you want me to chant, I will chant all these mantras and tell you. The second one is called Antar Aditya Vidya. Antar Aditya Vidya. This is also from Chandogya Upanishad, from the first chapter. That Bhagavan Sriman Narayana, the Adi Purusha, is there in the form of Purusha in the orb of the sun. Those of you who have Gayatri Upadesham, those who do Gayatri Japam every day, in the introductory prayers you say, Dhye Sada Savitamandala Madhyavarti Narayana Sarasayasana Sannivishtaha Keyuravan Makrakundaravan Kiriti Hari Hiranmaya Vapuhu Tutashanka Chakraha Antar Aditya Vidya. The mantra is Adha Yedeva Etat Aditityasya Shuklambha Saiva Sadha Yan Neelam Paraha Krishnam. So this is how the Chandogya Upanishad mantra from the first chapter starts about the inner Purusha who is there in the orb of Surya, the sun god. Antar Aditya Vidya. The next one is called Akasha Vidya, that the Supreme Lord, Sriman Narayana, is that celestial ether. Paramavyoma Shabda Abhideye Brahmadinam Vangmanasa Gochare Paramavyomam, not the Akasha that what we see. The Paramavyomam in Sri Vaikuntham, Akasha Vidya. And that is from Chandogya Upanishad, first chapter, 9th section. The previous Antaraditya Vidya is from the first chapter, 6th section. That is why Acharyas commented only on the Chandogyam, Taitriyam, only those Upanishads. Akasha Vidya Asya Lokasya Ka Gatihi Iti Akashaha Iti. So that is how Chandogya Upanishad describes Sriman Narayana in the Paramavyomam. Then the fourth one now it's called Prana Vidya. That the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana is the prana, the vital breath in everyone, prana. From the Chandogya Upanishad, the first chapter, 11th section. Prana iti hovacha sarvani imani bhutani pranam eva abhi sambhishanti pranam abhyujyate. So this is how the mantra runs. Prana Vidya. Next is Paramajyoti Vidya, Paranjyoti Vidya. That the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana is the form of supreme light. It is not like we light a candle and we focus and then say, I'm able to see God. No, it is not that easy. Yes, Bhagavan is compared as a Jyoti, no doubt about that. But he is called Param Jyoti in the Vidya, as given in the Chandogya Upanishad, 3rd chapter, 13th section. Adha yadataha paro divo jyotihi dipyate vishwataha pruштeshu sarvataha pruштeshu anuttama eshuttmeshu lokeshu idam purushe jyotihi parama jyoti vidya. That realizing Bhagavan, upasana and Bhagavan as a paranjyoti. Shandilya Vidya. The great Maharshi Shandilya described the way to attain Sriman Narayana through the way he attained, called Shandilya Vidya. Sarva karma, sarva kamaha, sarva gandhaha, sarva rasaha, sarvam idam abhyato abhyataha avakya nadaha esha Shandilyaha Shandilyaha. It goes on and on. Shandilya Vidya. Another one, Upakosala Vidya. How the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana is attained by a Mahatma called Upakosala. Upakosalo havo kamalayanaha satyakamo jabale brahmacharyam uvasa tasya dvadasha varshani agnin Parichacharasa, worshipping Sriman Narayana through the Agni for 12 years in the Upakosala Vidya. From the Chandogya Upanishad, the 4th chapter, 10th section. Or Vaishwanara Vidya. Bhagavan Sriman Narayana as the Vaishwanara Agni. You remember in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashritaha. That Jataragni, you can focus on Jataragni, Vaishvanara also, and get into Bhakti Yoga. That is from Chandogya Upanishad, the 5th chapter, 11th section. In the Uddalaka episode, you will get it. In the Chandogya Upanishad. Another one is called Bhuma Vidya, the 9th one. That the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana is the Parama Purusha, Bhuma Vidya, as given in Chandogya Upanishad, the 7th chapter, 24th section. Yatra na anyat pashyati, na anyat shrunoti, na anyat dvijanati, sabhumadha yatra anyate pashyati, anyatra shrunoti, anyata vijaniti, tat alpam bhuma vidya. How to understand that Parabrahma, that Paramapurusha. Then Satyakama Vidya. How Sriman Narayana is understood as taught by Satyakama Jabala. Satyakamoha Jabalo Jabalam Mataram Amantraya Achakre Brahmacharyam Bhavati Vivatsyami Kingotro Anvaham Asmiti. In the Chandogya Upanishad, 4th chapter, 4th section, as taught by Satyakama Jabala. Then comes Dahara Vidya. There is a little bit of empty space in our own heart where that Parabrahma is. That is called Dahara Kasham. Focusing within you. It is easy, people say, look inside, look inside. But they don't tell you how difficult it is. That is called Dahara Vidya. That is from the Chandogya Upanishad, 8th chapter, 1st section. Not easy as we think. Not easy as we think. It says, Adha Yedidam Asmin Brahmapure Daharam Pundarikam Veshmate Daharaha Asmin Antarakashaha. One should be able to realize that Sriman Narayana as Paramatma, who is as Angushta Pramana, within the simple empty cavity between the two ventricles of your heart. After this class, just remind me, I'll show you a salagrama, which when you break it open, you can see the two ventricles and a little bit of empty space in that, where in that salagrama form, where Bhagavan Narayana literally stays. Another Vidya, the 12th Vidya is called Madhu Vidya. The Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana as Madhu, as given in the Vedas. Also, this is also from Chandogya Upanishad, 3rd chapter, 1st section. Asauva Adityo Devamadhu Tasya Rucha Eva Madhakrita Rugveda Eva Pushpamta Amruta Apasta Va Eta Ruchaha. Madhu Vidya as taught in the Chandogya Upanishad. Could you see how difficult is Bhakti Yoga actually? Not just practicing 20 verses. Doing the sadhana, upasana, and one of the Brahma Vidyas is Bhakti Yoga, you will get moksham. Samvarga Vidya, Sriman Narayana as Vayu, the one who can swallow everything. And this is from the Chandogya Upanishad, 4th chapter, 3rd section. Vayurvava samvargo yadava aglir udvayati, etc. That mantra starts. Next one, Gayatri Vidya, trying to realize the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana through Gayatri. And this is also from Chandogya Upanishad, 3rd chapter, 12th section. Gayatri va idagam sarvam bhutam yadidam kincha vagvaiva Gayatri vagva idagam sarvam bhutam gayanti cha trayate cha. So unfortunate. Even the so-called people with Yajnapavitam do not know the greatness of Gayatri and stopped completely doing Sandhya Vandanam and Gayatri Japam. Very unfortunate. So Gayatri Vidya is glorified in the Chandogya Upanishad, 3rd chapter, 12th section. Panchagni Vidya, having 5 fires around and meditating on the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana. This is from the Bruhadaranyaka Upanishad, one of the 10 Upanishads commented by the 3 Acharyas, Bruhadaranyakam, in the Shvetaketu Upakhyanam. They light 4 fires all around them on 4 sides. And on hot summer days, with the sun blazing at his peak, scorching from the top, 4 fires around, doing Upasana on Sriman Narayana. So Panchagni Vidya is there in Chandogyam, 5th chapter, 3rd section, Bruhadaranyakam, 6th chapter, 2nd section. Shvetaketurhava Aruneyaha Panchalanam Parishadam Ajagama. Panchagni Vidya. Akshi Vidya. You can even try to realize Sriman Narayana within your eye. Within the eye, called Akshi Vidya, as given by Chandogya Upanishad in the 4th chapter, 15th section. Ya eshaha akshini purusho drishyata esha atmeti ihovacha etad amrutam bhayam etad brahmeti. Who do you think is the giving you the power in the eye to see the things? Sriman Narayana. How to realize? Practice the Akshi Vidya as given in Chandogyam 4th chapter 15th section. The 17th one, Antaryami Vidya, the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana as inner controller. This is from the Bruhadaranyaka Upanishad, 3rd chapter, 7th section. Dyava Pradhavi Imeyat Bhutam cha Bhavyam cha Bhavishyat cha Etya Achakshate Kasmin. That is how the mantra goes. Antaryami Vidya. Then Akshara Vidya, that the Supreme Lord is imperishable one. From the Bruhadaranyaka Upanishad, 3rd chapter, 8th section. Tat Aksharaha Gargir Brahmana, as given by the has given the Upanishads to Gargi, Bruhadaranyaka Upanishad. Then the 19th Vidya is called Jyotisham Jyoti Vidya, that the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana as the Jyoti. From the same Bruhadaranyaka Upanishad, 4th chapter, 4th section. Tad Deva Jyotisham Jyotihi Ayuhu Apaha Asate Amrutam. Bruhadaranyaka Upanishad Upasana and the Jyotisham Jyoti Vidya. Then Maitreyi Vidya, as given to Maitreyi in Bruhadaranyaka Upanishad. that the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana is explained to Maitreyi by Yajnavalkya. Yajnavalkya is the guru for Janaka Maharaja also. You can imagine Treta Yuga time. Maitreyi Vidya from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, 2nd chapter. Then 21st Vidya is Sarvantaratma Vidya, that the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana as the inner self of myself, yourself, a mosquito, a tiger, a plant, a snake, everyone. Sarva Antaratma Vidya, as given in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, 3rd chapter, 4th section. Where the ending says, Vyaneti sa ta atma sarva antaroya udane anedani naptasa na atma sarva antara esha ta atma sarva antaraha. Sarva antaratma vidya. Then Anandamaya Vidya from the Taittiriya Upanishad, Anandavalli, another of the 10 Upanishads, that the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana as a supreme bliss given in the Anandavalli. Anando Brahmeti Vyajanate Anandadhyeva Kalvimani Bhuta Nijayante Anandena Jata Nijivanti Anantam Prayancha Visambishantiti Saisha Bhargavi Varuni Vidya. So Anandamaya Vidya as given in the Taittiriya Upanishad. 23rd Vidya is called Varuni Vidya. This Varuni Vidya is misconstrued by some people, because Varuni is another name for alcohol also. That is why people say any idiot who drinks alcohol will always keep talking about philosophy, they say. That is not the Varuni Vidya. Varuni should not be misconstrued as taking alcohol and talking philosophy. Varuna's son Bhrigu. Varuna told to his son Bhrigu, as taught by Varuna to Bhrigu. That's why it's called Varuni Vidya. Unfortunately, the pseudo philosophers have misconstrued it as taking alcohol is okay, you get high, and when you are there in a drunken state, you talk about philosophy. Just complete misinterpretation of Bhakti Yoga. Varuni Vidya, as taught by Varuna, the god in charge of the waters, to Bhrigu. This is also from Taittiriya Upanishad, Bhriguvalli. Bhrugurvai Varunihi. See? Bhrugurvai Varunihi. Varunam Pitar Bhupasasara Adhihi Bhagavo Brahmeti Tasma Etat Provacha Annam Pranam Chakshashrotram Manovachamiti Tagum Hovacha Yatova Imani Bhuta Nijayante Yena Jata Nijivanti Yat Prayantya Vishanti Tad Vijijna Sasva Tad Brahmeti Satapotapyata Satapastapva. See how the Upasana is given in the Taittiriya Upanishad Bhriguvalli on the Varuni Vidya. Now, the 24th Vidya of Brahma Bhakti Yoga is called Sharanagati, Nyasa Vidya. Nyasa Vidya, doing complete Sharanagati. They don't do actually Sharanagati, but they try to practice Sharanagati through Bhakti Yoga. That's why it is called one of the Brahma Vidyas. But if you do Sharanagati, you don't have to practice Bhakti Yoga. As given by Bhagavan Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvadharman Parityajya, as given by Lord Rama in Valmiki Ramayana, Sakrudeva Prapannaya, where Rama goes to the extent, Anayenam Harishreshta Dattamasya Abhayam Mama. Vibhishano va Sugriva yediva Ravana Swayam. Nyasa Vidya. The 25th Vidya, Paramapurusha Vidya. The Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana as the Supreme Person. This is from the Kathopanishad. Kathopanishad, 3rd section, 1st chapter, 3rd section. Rutam pibantau sakrutasya loke guham pravishto parame parardhe Paramapurusha Vidya. The 26th Vidya is called Nachiketa Vidya. The Supreme Lord Narayana, through the Nachiketa Agni, Nachiketa fire, as given in the Kathopanishad, 2nd section of 1st chapter. Preyaste bubhe nanardhe purusham sinitaha Nachiketa Vidya. Now another one, Angushta Pramita Vidya, that the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana can be realized as the size of 1 cubit of your thumb. One section, the top section, maybe at the most 1 inch high, 1 inch high. Angushta Pramita Vidya, as given in Kathopanishad, 2nd chapter, 4th section. Eko vashi sarva bhutantaratma ekam rupam bahudayah karoti tam atmastam ye anupashyanti dhirah tesham sukham shashvatam naitaresham. Angushta Pramita Vidya. Paryanka Vidya, the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana as the supreme abode. This is given in the Kaushitaki Upanishad. Kaushitaki Upanishad. A very long upasana. Saho vacha ye vaike cha asma lokat prayanti chandram sameva te sarve gachanti tesham pranaihi purva paksha. So like this the mantra runs, called Paryanka Vidya from Kaushitaki Upanishad. Then Pratardana Vidya, the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana, as was explained to Pratardana. The 29th Vidya, this is also from Kaushitaki Upanishad, the 3rd section. The 30th Vidya is called Balaki Vidya, the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana, as explained to Balaki. This is also from Kaushitaki Upanishad, the 4th section. Then Akshara Para Vidya from the Mundaka Upanishad, that the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana as Akshara, the imperishable. Om Brahma Devanam Pradhamaha Sambhabhuva Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta Sa Brahma Vidyam Sarvam Vidya Pratishtam Adharvaya Jeshta Putraya Praha, from the Mundaka Upanishad as Akshara Paravidya. Or the last one, 32nd, is called Isha Vashya Vidya. From the Isha Vashya Upanishad, the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana as the master of everything, as the Seshi of everything, as the controller of everything, Chit and Achit. Isha Vashya Midagam Sarvam Yakinka Jagatam Jagate Tena Chaktena Bhunjita Ma Gritaha Kasasvidhanam. Now you understand. Practicing Bhakti Yoga is not what we just go to temples, chant some mantras, or do some pujas. Going to an Acharya who practiced any of the one of the 32 Brahma Vidyas, getting as Upadesham, doing as Upasana. If they have done that kind of Upasana, how they will be? How do you understand somebody practiced Upasana? They will be having this kind of qualities. Adveshta Sarvabhutanam 13th verse in Bhakti Yoga. Adveshta sarvabhutana maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirhankarah samadukka sukakshami. Such kind of people who practiced Bhakti Yoga, they never hate anybody. They are friendly with everyone. They have compassion for all living entities. They are free from the ego of I and my. They treat both sorrow and happiness the same, two sides of the same coin. And they are very, very forgiving. And such devotees are very dear to Krishna. Could you see? The Bhakti Yogis, the people who are in pure devotion, whether they are Prahlada, Ambarisha, Gopikas, Tukaram, Mirabai, Annamacharya, no doubt they did Sharanagati, but they exhibited all the qualities of practicing that Sharanagati. Those of you who had Sharanagati, remember how we can get this kind of qualities. Santushtaha satatam yogi yatatma dhrudanishchayah mayyarpitamano buddhihi yomad same priyah. Such devotees who are always satisfied with what they have. As you heard this morning in Mukundamada, Yad Yad Bhavyam Bhavatu Bhagavan Purva Karmanurupam. Nobody is praying, oh Krishna, give me cancer. Oh Krishna, give me a heart attack. Nobody is praying for it. But still people are getting into this kind of health problems. Nobody prayed, Krishna, give us coronavirus. But people are suffering.
Can I say garbage?
Yeah. So even though we don't pray, difficulties are coming. Same way, even though you don't pray, if you are destined for happiness, it will come to you. So pray only for the pleasure of Krishna. Bhagavat Prichyartham. Therefore, do not worry about anything other than just meditate on Krishna. Have self-control, have sense control. No sense control, we will not progress in spiritual life. And have absolute faith in the Vedas and Upanishads. Absolute faith. Vedas, Upanishads, their summary, Bhagavad Gita. Let your mind and intellect completely surrender to Bhagavan Krishna. We become very dear to Krishna. One such Paramaikantika Bhagavatottama is Prahlada. That's why when Bhagavan Nrsimhadeva asked him, Prahlada, ask for a boon, I want to give you. You know Prahlada's reaction? Swami, did I make any mistake? You are tempting me with this kind of boons so that I will be tempted to ask for money, position, or some kind of material comfort. No, Swami, did I make any mistake? Forgive me, Swami, he said. Lakshmi Nrsimha said, no, you didn't make a mistake. I am pleased with you. I want to give you something. Ask for something. Then when second time Bhagavan asked, Prahlada said, Swami, if you want me to ask you, give me that kind of a firm faith that I should never ask you for anything. He says, give me that kind of firm faith that I should never think of asking you for anything. He went way beyond Nrsimha's expectations. Again, when Nrsimhadeva insisted, I want to give you something, Prahlada, ask for something. Even then, he did not ask for anything for himself. He said, my father, Hiranyakashipu, out of his ajnana, ignorance, have done lot of apacharams. Can you please forgive him and give him some uttamagatis? So, asking for forgiveness for your enemies is a great Bhagavata Dharmam. Prahlada did that. Whereas we wish our enemy should be ruined, Prahlada is praying for the elevation of his enemy or the person who tortured him. Parama Bhagavatottama Lakshanam. You know what Bhagavan said? Okay, Prahlada, even that you ask, but I don't have to do it. You yourself elevated your father, not only father, forefathers. If you feel you could not do anything for your father, if you feel you could not do anything to your mother, if you really feel that way, you become a perfect person in Sharanagati. By becoming a perfect devotee in Sharanagati, you can elevate not only yourself, your father, and your forefathers also. If you really love your mother, if you really love your father, your ancestors, or your departed relatives, family members, become a perfect Sharanagata. You will elevate everyone. As Bhagavan said, Nrsimhadeva said to Prahlada. Now, Yasman no dvijate loko loka no dvijate chayah harshnamarsh bhayodvegaihi mukto yas sachame priyah. When you practice Bhakti Yoga, you will be in such a way that you will not be a cause of any fear to anyone. Nobody is afraid of you. Same time, you are also not afraid of anyone. They should feel you will not hurt them. And you also feel, what is it they can hurt you? They can hurt the body, not your Jivatma. You are not the body. They will kick you. They are kicking the body, not your Atma. They will cut your body. They are cutting the body, not your Jivatma. They are using very bad words against you. They are using the bad words against your body, not against your Jivatma. Come to that stage. You are very close to Krishna. Krishna loves you. Anapekshaha shirdaksha udasino gatavidha sarvarambha parityagi yomat bhakta same priyah. Those devotees who are free from any desire, very pure, expert in performing all the Nitya Naimitika karmas as ordained by the scriptures, like Amavasya Tarpanas or daily Sandhya Vandanas, and they are indifferent to all other material activities. They go on mechanically. They are free from any anxiety and they renounced all karma karmas, all desire motivated acts, they have renounced. Such devotees are very dear to Krishna, very dear to Krishna. Pure means pure in thought, in our words, in our body. Trikarana Shuddhi. So, if you take prasadam that is offered to Krishna, sanctified food, that prasadam also should be prepared in a pure condition and by the devotees who truly surrendered to Krishna. So many things are there. Otherwise, all your emotions of anger, hatred, while cooking will go into that. Energy can be transferred without your any kind of indulgence. That's why they say prepare the food in sattvic way. Prepare the food with sattvic materials. Offer the food to Krishna becomes prasadam. Eat only prasadam, then only you get sattva gunam. Ahara shuddhau sattva shuddhihi. Don't use the materials that are forbidden by nature. Jati dushtas. Because they only promote Rajoguna and Tamoguna, not Sattvaguna. Now comes Yona Krishyate na dveshte na shochate na kankshati Shubhashva Parityagi Bhaktiman Yapsame Priyaha. That's why even though Mirabai was just sent out of the palace, she did not get angry with anyone. And the pure devotees like Ambarisha, even though Durvasa offended Ambarisha, Sri Krishna's Sudarshan Chakra protected him. So those devotees, they neither hate anyone nor hug anyone. They neither grieve like a common man for any of these ordinary things that happen in our lives. The death of a near and relative one or loss of wealth. It's okay. Part of the game, that's all. They don't desire, they don't crave for anything. They don't crave for a wife, they don't crave for a husband, they don't crave for children, they don't crave for wealth. Whatever Krishna wants, accept it. They renounced all good and bad. What all they do? Just loving service to Krishna, nothing more than that. Such devotees are very dear to Krishna. Remember, when you do negative things, it is like papa karma that is putting steel handcuffs on us, taking us to hell. But if you do good karma and expect the results, that is like you are being handcuffed with the gold shackles. With the gold shackles that will take you to Swargaloka. But whether it is a Narakam with the steel shackles, steel handcuffs, or Swargam with the gold handcuffs, you are still a prisoner to Prakriti. You are not liberated. You are just a slave to the samsara. If sin is leading a person to hell, Punya karma is leading somebody to Swargam only for enjoyment. After Swarga Bhogam, you will fall down, take birth again. Therefore, Vaikuntha Prapti, salvation, that is coming only because of pure Bhakti Yoga. Now, Samasyatrau cha mitre cha tadha manapamanayoh sitoshna sukadukeshu samassanga vivarjitah. When you are there in that pure state of loving Bhagavan, you will be exhibiting qualities that there is no enemy for you, there is no friend for you. Both are the same. Somebody praises you, somebody criticizes you, you will simply say thank you to both. You will be totally indifferent to the dualities. Somebody is hurting you, somebody is talking good about you. You are going through happiness, you are going through distress. Whether it is winter or summer. Because it is summer, you don't say that you will get up and pray early in the morning. Because it is winter, you don't say, no. Just 1 second, Amma, there are some kids here. I don't know. You are?
You remember I called you?
You are the one from 917 area code who was telling.
Yeah.
That will be coming with your father.
Yeah, my dad's actually here. Yeah.
Okay, you can ask them to come in.
Yeah.
And give me 1 second. You can ask them to come in and... Can you wait for some time until I finish this? Maybe 10 minutes?
Okay.
Or if you want to spend upstairs, you can spend upstairs and come again.
Okay.
Okay, come again. I'll be here, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. So now, coming back to Krishna, he says, whether it's winter or summer, you are the same. You are not worried. It is just change of seasons. Just because winter, you don't stop getting it in Brahma Muhurtam. Just because it is summer, you don't think you can neglect your duties. So, nothing will change your mind. And you are free from all attachments. That is the most important one. Samaha Sangha Vivarjitaha Sangam. Attachment. Attachment to spouse. Attachment to children. Attachment to wealth. That is the true quality of a devotee. Tulyaninda stutir mauni santushto yena kenachite aniketaha stiramatihi bhaktiman me priyonaraha. This is the one Krishna gives. Aniketaha, most important one. With no home address of your own. Your address, care of a temple, care of an ashram, that's all. Such pure devotees who really practice Bhakti Yoga, they treat blame and praise as the same. They're generally silent, just thinking of Bhagavan, 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 doing the dhyanam of their Upadesha mantra, Dvaya mantram, content with what is obtained. No attachment to home. That is the most important one. Aniketaha. No attachment to home. That is the very difficult one. Not having a own home address and very firm with their absolute faith. Very devout, very dear to Krishna. Some of you are wondering maybe, Sadashiva, are you there?
Yes, Swamiji. Not as similar.
Very good, sir. The reason I asked Sadashiva is, you would have seen recently Sadashiva talking about let's go to Vrindavan, let's stay there, etc. You know why? Mala, you understand why he is talking about? Mala?
Yes, Swamiji.
Do you understand why he is talking about let's go and live in Vrindavan?
No, Swamiji, I don't know.
There is one gentleman here. Dr. Jindal, are you there? Dilip Jindal? Dilip Beena?
Yes, Narayan Swamiji, I'm here.
You understand why the Sadashiva is talking in the Sharanagati group, etc.? Vrindavan. Okay, Mala, Dilip, anyone for that matter?
Yeah, I think, living in Vrindavan is always living with Krishna and devotee.
One second, sir. If I ask you, what is your address? Immediately, either Mala or Dilip will say, oh, my address, 23, right? Lincoln Drive, someplace, Sunnyvale, California. Or somebody will say, 58, Washington Drive, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You know what does it mean? Without our knowledge, it gives us the feeling, oh, look here, this 53 Washington Drive in Pittsburgh, this is my house. I bought it. I can live there. I can rent it. I can sell it. I can do whatever I want. Suppose they ask you, what is your address? Address? No address. Care of Sri Krishna Ashram, Vrindavan, India. What does it mean? I did not buy it. I cannot rent it. I cannot sell it. I stay there. I do some service to Krishna. They give free prasadam. They give free accommodation. I just sleep there. Enjoy my time serving Krishna. See how it is. Aniketaha. That is the reason why in the good olden days, in the Varnashrama Dharma, Brahmacharyam, Gruhastham, immediately Vanaprastham and Sannyasam. Vanaprastham, leave your home address. Go to an ashram, go to a temple, care of a temple, care of ashram. When you say, what is your address? Care of Krishna temple, Vrindavan. Means I did not buy the temple. I cannot rent it. I cannot sell it. I do some service to Krishna. They give some free prasadam. That's all I eat. There is some corner. I'll just cover my body with some sheet and then sleep. That's all I need. And keep serving Krishna. Aniketaha. You understand now why that living with no attachment? Because without our knowledge, when we have this address, 59 Washington Street, Pittsburgh, or 93 Lincoln Drive, California, we have that feeling without our knowledge. My house, I can sell it, I can buy it, I can do whatever I want. That has to go. That's why Krishna says Aniketaha. From Gruhastha, why do you think they leave everything and go to Vanaprasthas? Live in a forest, live in an ashram, live in a temple. That's why. You do this, Krishna says, Yeta dharmyam rtabadam yadhoktam paryupasate shadadhana matparama bhaktas tetiva me priyaha. For this kind of a thing, practicing bhakti yoga, anybody who do this with avyabhichara bhakti, They are very dear to Krishna. They are very dear to the Paramapurusha. Those who think Krishna is the supreme goal are very, very exceedingly dear to Krishna. Ativa me priyaha, exceedingly dear to Krishna. Now you understand what is pure Bhakti Yoga. Since we could not do any of the upasana of the 32 Brahma Vidyas, that's why they say at least do Sharanagati and guarantee your moksha. And live a simple life. Somewhere, care of Krishna, care of Krishna. So that is Bhakti Yoga, Ma. Go ahead, Ma. What are your questions? It's a time. It's a time. And feel free to ask all your questions.
One question from last week is the explanation of Vishwarupa. Sorry, in the explanation of Vishwarupa, Vasu, Rudra, and Aditya were called out as key devatas. Devatas forms invisible. Are those devatas the deities for Pitrulokas of the soul journey?
Pitruloka?
Yeah. Are those devatas the deities for Pitruloka or deities for Pitruloka?
No. They are not for Pitruloka. I think if I have said that in the Archiradi Marga, when the Jivatma that is destined to go to Vaikuntham, these people will be the deities escorting them as Varuna, Vayu, Vidyut, Indra, Brahma, etc. If it is in that context. Or if it is in the Vibhuti Yoga, that Adityas, etc. are mentioned. These Adityas, etc., Rudras, Adityas, Vasus, these are all the Amshas. Amshas means very small fraction of the Supreme Lord Narayana. And that is why Krishna says, even if 1,000,000 Amshas are there, 1,000,000,000,000 Amshas are there, they will not be equal to just one section or one Amsha of mine. Did I make it myself clear, Amma?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Swamiji.
That is when you say, I gave a simple example. Say Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, came from Delhi to Hyderabad. His next stop is Chennai. He has to address a meeting in Hyderabad, then go to Chennai. But he said, originally he was supposed to take a flight Hyderabad to Chennai. But he said, no, I changed my mind. I want to see, enjoy nature. I heard there are a lot of beautiful paddy fields on either side of the road while going from Andhra to Chennai. I want to go by road. That said, immediately the DIGs, they will have a 1-minute urgent conference call. Telangana DIG, Andhra DIG, Tamil Nadu DIG, Director General of Police or something. DGP or whatever you call, Director General, Inspector General. What is it? Immediately the Hyderabad Police Chief will escort the Prime Minister in his territory of Telangana. And the minute they reach the borders of Telangana, Hyderabad, Andhra, they hand over the charge to the Inspector General of Andhra, indicating, look, this is the Prime Minister's convoy. There are 10 cars. Confidentially, they will tell in which car the Prime Minister is, how to guard them, etc. 1 minute, they all know what to do. Immediately, the next Inspector General of Andhra will take over and he will escort the Prime Minister through his territory of Andhra until he reaches the border of Andhra and Tamil Nadu. There, the Tamil Nadu Inspector General is ready to receive the Prime Minister. The Andhra Inspector General will hand over the sheet. 1 second, exchange ideas about the convoy, where the Prime Minister is, in which car, etc., security measures. And from there, the Andhra Inspector General will take leave of the Prime Minister and the Tamil Nadu Inspector General will take charge and will escort the Prime Minister through his territory to Chennai. It is as simple as that. When the Jivatma is leaving the body and destined to go to Vaikuntham, Agni will take to his territory and escort the Jivatma to cross his territory. Vayu will allow the Jivatma, will escort the Jivatma to cross his territory. Then Indra escorts the Jivatma to cross his territory of Swargaloka. Like that. Finally, Brahma They have jurisdiction only in their territory. So Brahma will escort this Jivatma until the Jivatma crosses the Brahma Loka. After that, the Amanavas, they come, the Vishnu Dutas are there. They will escort this Jivatma, giving the Jivatma a dip in that Viraja. Then you get a divine body, divine senses. This physical senses cannot see Paramatma. Then they will escort you. Ativahakas, Amanavas, they escort you after the Brahmaloka to Vaikuntha Loka. Is that clear, sir?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Amma, go ahead, Amma. I think I can help you.
There are few questions. Swamiji. Another one.
Go ahead,
is,
Amma.
may I know what are the 3 Mahamantras? Is it Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva, and Sriman Narayana, Charana Saranam?
No. The 3 mantras are called Vyapaka mantras. Anyway, even though I tell them, don't take it for granted because you should get them as Upadesham. The 6 letters mantra of Vishnu. Om Vishnave Namaha. Om Vishnave Namaha. 6 letters Vishnu mantram. Then Ashtakshara mantram. Om 8 letters. Om Namo Narayanaya. And the third one, 12 letters, Dwadashakshara mantram. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Again, only when you have Yajnopavitam in our Sampradayam, in the Vaidika Deshaka Sampradayam, only people with Yajnopavitam and who do Gayatri every day are given the mantras with Om. Other people without Yajnapavitam should get only with Am. Am Vishnave Namaha. Am Namo Narayanaya. Am Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Very orthodox people, even while chanting Bhagavad Gita, if they don't have Yajnapavitam, suppose you are chanting Bhagavad Gita, a verse comes, Om Ityekaksharam Brahma Vyaharanma Manusparanne. They will not chant it like that. They will say Ityekaksharam Brahma Vyaharanma Manusmaranne. So it all depends on to what extent you are sticking to the Vaidika Dharma. Some people, they take concessions. It is their wish and their Acharya's wish. I am not here to comment on that. But in strict Orthodox Vaishnava Dharma, people do not even chant if they don't have Yajnapavitam, because they are not going to get the benefit out of it. The Acharyas are so kind. The Mahatmas have done so much of research. Everyone should get moksham. Nobody should be discriminated because they are ladies, they are menfolk without Yajnapavitam. They must get moksham. How to get? The same Krishna who says Pranavaha Sarva Vedeshu said Aksharana Makarosmi. So that is how the mantras the Mahatmas have given. Is that clear, Amma? The 3 mantras?
Yes, Swamiji.
Next question.
Next question is, we already suffered in Naraka for bad karmas. Then why do we take birth again and start fresh? And then again they say you are going through for your bad.
Wow, very good girl. Very good question, Amma. You already enjoyed all your punya karma in Swargalokam. Then why are you expecting happiness here? You already exhausted all your punya karma, enjoying Swarga Bhogas. Then why are you asking, Krishna, give me a lot of wealth? Krishna, give me a big house? Krishna, give me children? Krishna, give me the job of a prime minister? Krishna, make me the president of the United States? Why are you asking? You don't have any punya karma. Now comes the karma that we go through is different varieties. Some karma phalam, we go through the consequences in this birth itself. Some karma phalam, we go through the consequences in Narakam or Swargam. Some karma phalas, we have to take birth after birth to enjoy them. You understand, Amma? there are varieties of karma. Some karma phalam we go through in this life itself. Some karma's results, karma phalam, we go through either in naraka or in heavens. And some karma phalam we have to take a birth. We have to take a birth. That is how the karma siddhanta is there. That is why we go through some suffering in future births and some happiness also in future births. When you are enjoying Swarga Bhogas over there, you will not know what enjoyment that is on Bhuloka. You will know the value of it only in Bhuloka. When you are going through some suffering in Naraka, you do not remember that. When you go through that suffering in Bhuloka, you remember that, at least throughout this life. That is why the karma phalam is divided into the pain or pleasure we go through in this life, after death in hell and heaven, and in the next future births also. Ma. You got it? Next question, Ma.
Next question, Swamiji, is now the devotees are practicing bhakti. It's a part of 32 vidyas. Is it
It a part of bhakti?
Is it a part of 32 vidyas? The devotees
Yeah.
are practicing bhakti.
No, if they are doing bhakti, should be done as a yoga with one of the 32 vidyas. Ma. There are 32 ways you can practice bhakti yoga. You can go to an acharya and get one of those mantras from the Upanishads and do upasana on that. How upasana means how to attain perfection. Okay, that becomes bhakti yoga. Ma. All right.
Again, Swamiji. Next,
Okay, Ma. Any other questions, Ma?
3 questions more, Swamiji. One is
Yes.
His Holiness mentioned.
Ma, no questions, Ma.
There is two more questions. His
Go ahead, Ma.
Holiness mentioned that
Come,
sense
sir, you can sit down.
is
Come.
the fundamental of
I can't hear you, Ma. What is the question?
sense control is the fundamental of spiritual life. Please
Correct.
Please elaborate.
Okay. At this point of time, since most of you are grihasthas, that may be very difficult for you. But remember, enjoying life is not sin, but enjoying at the wrong time, at the wrong occasion, and with wrong intentions is sin. For the present, I think be happy. If somebody has a specific question, kindly send a message, because certain things may not be very palatable for me as a sannyasi to speak and for you as ladies to hear. Send a question through either a WhatsApp message, text message. I'll be more than happy to send you the exact relevant portion of sense control, Indriya Nigraham. Okay. Yes, sense control is the fundamental rule of Bhakti Yoga. Ask him to come in.
He's creative. He's fun.
Okay, Ma. Next question, Ma.
How to practice looking inward?
You are asking something, how to become a neurosurgeon. Go ahead. How to look inward. How to become a neurosurgeon. Complete your high school. Do some biology, etc. in college. Then go to medical school. Then do some residency. Okay. Do general residency. Then go to specialty, neurosurgery. Then you become a neurosurgeon. Got it, Amma? Same thing. Go to an acharya. Get the upadesham of Bhakti Yoga, Antaratma Vidya. Practice that. Then you will look inside. Got it?
Yes, Swamiji. Last question is what's that God likes the most from his devotees? Chanting his name or services or what else?
Just doing Sharanagati, because chanting his name, we could not do it perfectly. Or serving him, we don't do it perfectly. That is why in Sharanagati you say, I'm a fit for nothing fellow. I'm a fit for nothing fellow. I cannot practice Karma Yoga. I cannot practice Jnana Yoga. I cannot practice Bhakti Yoga. Just treat me as a fit for nothing fellow and shower your grace on me. For the simple act, I say, I am yours. That is the easiest thing, and you will be in the really, really in the good books of Krishna. Got it?
Yes, Swamiji, that is all.
Narayana.